Morning, everybody. Battle Rap Opinions. This is an important blog. This isn't necessarily about bars or matchups or anything like that. This is about something more important. If you pay attention or if you've been rocking with me for a very long time, you know, anytime there is a serious issue in our battle rap community in terms of our very own needing help, I always speak about it because I feel it's necessary. This right here is about Real Deal and what's going on with his father. Real Deal has, if you haven't seen it, and the link is in the description, Real Deal has put together a GoFundMe for his father. His father, I want you to click the link in the bio and I want you to read all the stuff that Real Deal wrote. I want to say the way he articulated everything was phenomenal to me. But the biggest thing is, when it comes to our culture, is we can't spend all our time criticizing everything these guys do, criticizing leagues, doing all of that, and then when something important, bigger than just a battle comes up, we don't help. Like, this is our culture. These are our guys. These are our family to a degree. Like, we might not look at each other as actual family in terms of you see me, I see you. I don't care. But I mean, when you really think about this culture, this is what we're supposed to be is a family. We're all supposed to be as one, like one big village, so to speak. In this instance, just like many others, well, look, if you look at my history, I've spoken on the whole thing when Mav's brother, rest his soul, was fighting cancer. When we lost Bender, you know, there's, like I said, if you've been watching me for a while, you know, there's been different things I'll speak about. I hate talking on these things because I am not an emotional person at all. I'm just not. I'm actually been accused of being one of the most coldest motherfuckers around in terms of my feelings. But when it comes to certain things like this is way different for me. See, because when it, like, if you read what he wrote, the way he talks about how his father met his mom's, how he didn't necessarily want to be a father, and next thing you know, as time goes on, he has a family. He has I believe he said 4 kids, and you know, the man stood out there and bust his ass and worked hard to not only be in his kids' life but to provide for them. And read it. It was just dope the way it was laid out. But what, you know, you should expect that from Real Deal. We already know how dope he is in general, and you know, I understand. First off, he goes in on the tragedies, you know, the heartbreaks that's been going on in their lives the last few years. And now his father has a bunch of health issues. He was, at the time that they made this, he was in the hospital, and you know, things aren't looking the greatest. Blessings and prayers to them, you know what I'm saying? So what he is doing is different than everybody else. He isn't asking you money. He isn't asking you for money to, I don't even want to say this, but you know, for a funeral or anything like that. He's asking for money for people to help get this man, his father, his flowers while he can still smell them. You know, he wants to be able to help pay some of the bills, and he wants to be able to take his father to go do something. You know, something that may be on his bucket list, or just might bring peace and joy for a few days, if not a few hours. We all deserve that. We all want that. And we all want that for our loved ones. And so this is sitting home for me. But I, like, a good portion of it I'm reading, man, and I felt myself getting a little teary-eyed because, you know, like he say his father's his hero and stuff like that. My father is. I don't view my father, you know, I'm grown now and I got kids, but I don't view my father as like a god like I used to, but he's right up there. You know what I'm saying? You know, as time goes on, things happen in everybody's life. You might not have the greatest relationship with your family, you know what I'm saying, with your father, stuff like that. But if you can do one last thing for someone that you at least care about, even if you don't look at him like I looked at my dad as a god, he looks at his dad like a hero to him. Even if you don't look at your father that way, but you care about him, it would hurt you if that person left this, or your mother, or your brothers, anything. If that person left this earth and you had the opportunity to do one final good deed for them and you didn't do it, that would eat you alive. I know that from experience. I have very good friends of mine, damn near my brothers. Like my best friend, who was my brother, got killed and died. I mean, right there. Right, when I got to the scene, he on the floor. I'm trying to beg him to breathe. Like, going back and you think about it, you're like, damn, like that night, you know, I still feel the guilt, even though it wasn't my fault. But for years it took for me to get over it. That it was like, I wish I would have went with him to go out and go eat the way way he wanted to. That's another, this ain't about me, man. At the end of the day, the point that I'm just trying to make is, this man, real deal, is sitting there trying to do one final good deed for his father, and he definitely needs our help. So I'm just asking all of us as a community to get together. Even if you just donate in $1, that's fine. Even if it's just $1, it's fine, because it's $1 more that he just didn't have to be able to accomplish this goal. So again, the link is in the bio, is in the description. Again, if you have time and if you can make it through it, go ahead and read everything he wrote. I thought it was dope, thought it was phenomenal, man. And as a community, I'm just gonna say to everybody who does participate in this, thank you. Thank you for just being a part of our community, all right? Subscribe if you haven't, hit the alert bell, get in the comment sections, whatever you want to do, all right? Salute.